Walmart has removed the self-checkout counter from my store.
Every day you go to the store, things are more expensive, and not just food, but things when you look across the board.
A lot of prices are up high.
Today we need to talk about something that affects every American consumer, especially working families and small businesses: Donald Trump's chaotic China tariffs. Whether you're buying a stroller, running a tourist shop in New Orleans, or just trying to keep your shelves stocked, the impact is real. The title of this video says it all: consumers will pay. And that's not me talking, that's Senator Rand Paul, one of the very few Republicans who's actually been honest about how damaging Trump's trade war has become. The return of the trade war after briefly backing off, Trump has reignited his tariff crusade against China, slapping new tariffs at 30% on a wide range of goods. Just months ago, they were as high as 145%. Now they're down to 30%, but that's still a massive increase from where they were before Trump took office, when most of these tariffs were just 10% or less. And remember, tariffs are just taxes by another name. When you put a tariff on imports, the costs don't get eaten by China. They get passed on to you, the consumer. Everyday people hit hard. Rand Paul hit the nail on the head when he said, consumers will pay. If you're buying anything with components from China, car seats, electronics, furniture, basic goods, you're paying more now. A woman in New Orleans who runs a 65-year-old tourist shop told me her business might not survive. Most of her goods come from China. A 30% tariff could shut her down. These aren't Wall Street tycoons. These are working-class entrepreneurs getting crushed by a trade policy with no clear endgame. No strategy, just chaos. That's the problem. Trump's trade war is completely chaotic. One day tariffs are 70%, then 145%, then 30%. There's no consistency, no plan. If we had a targeted strategy to protect national security, like microchips or pharmaceuticals, we could debate that. But that's not what this is. It's a scattershot tariff regime driven by Trump's political mood swings and desire to centralize power. He wants every country, every CEO, every industry to come groveling to him for a carve-out. Manufacturing isn't coming back. Supporters claim these tariffs will bring back manufacturing jobs. But the data tells a different story. Manufacturing investment actually dropped during Trump's tariff push. Why? Because businesses need stability. You can't open a new plant when you don't know what the rules will be next week. Tariffs create unpredictability. And while Trump promised a manufacturing renaissance, what we got instead was rising costs, lower investment, and global uncertainty. Wall Street shrugs, Main Street suffers. Wall Street might cheer a tariff rollback from 145% to 30%, but that doesn't mean consumers win. The markets are driven by short-term swings. Traders profit off volatility. But for small businesses and average consumers, this is real pain. A 10% tariff across every imported product is the largest tax increase in recent U.S. history. If President Obama or Bernie Sanders had imposed anything remotely close to this, there would have been open revolt from the business community. But with Trump, they stay silent. The real motivation. So what's the real goal? Trump loves power. This isn't about trade deficits or bringing jobs back. It's about control. With these tariffs, Trump plays kingmaker. He wants businesses to beg. He wants countries to plead. And he wants to sign executive orders like a monarch, deciding who pays what and when. Even conservative economists admit this has nothing to do with market principles. It's authoritarian economics. And it's hurting the very people he claims to represent. Rand Paul gets it right. That's why Rand Paul, despite all his flaws, deserves credit here. He went on Fox News and told the truth. This is a consumer tax, plain and simple. He pointed out the obvious. We're still paying 30% more on essential goods. He said, if the goal is fairness or teaching China a lesson, consumers are the ones footing the bill. That's rare honesty in today's GOP, and it's a wake-up call for all of us. Trump's tariff policies aren't working. They're hurting small businesses, raising prices for families, and creating chaos in global trade. If you care about economic stability, job growth, and protecting consumers, you need to call this out. Tariffs don't just hurt China, they hurt America, and consumers, not politicians, not CEOs, are the ones who will pay. The sooner we understand that, the sooner we can stop pretending this is good policy and start demanding better.